Hey crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi. I'm your guide in today's channeled message. I felt very called to create a channeled message from a departed loved one on this day that harbors a new moon in Leo. The new moon is sitting in opposition from Pluto in Aquarius, and I found it the perfect time to be channeling messages from a loved one, a relative, a family member, a partner, maybe even a child. We will see what messages come through. In some cases, it could even be a pet. I have not specifically limited the range of messages. I'm keeping it open, and I'm going to do my best in my newly enhanced duty as a shadow walker to help navigate the veil between the worlds for you. So in order to get ready for such a reading, I pulled a card from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. I wanted to see what the Coven has to tell me. And it was remarkable because I sat in council with my ancestors earlier today, and I got shivers down my spine when this card appeared. This is the card called the Elders, and it carries this message. Birthed from seed within the belly of the moon, they are the wise felt touches of our hearts and felt deep within the marrow of our spirit. So the elders are present. This is the perfect time to do this kind of reading, and I'm very honored that you decided to spend your time with me. I decided to give you a selection of 4 different cards. They are taken from my rune deck. I have an oracle that was sent to me kindly as a gift, and I thought of giving you almost like a rune portal. By choosing a specific image, a specific rune, you are opening the portal to your ancestors. And I am just your humble guide in this specific transition. I'm here just to help you communicate with a departed loved one. Now, I'm going to be pulling cards from 2 separate decks, not from this deck. Once you pass through the gate, I will be using the oracle called The Magic of the Northern. I have it here in the German edition. And I'm going to be pulling some cards from the incredibly beautiful, complicated, and evocative Margaret Peterson Tarot. Now, because this is a reading in which I'm going to get into contact with the realm, some have called it the magic boundary, but I prefer to refer to it as the world beyond the veil. I think it's very beautiful and poetic. But in order to get in touch with entities from the world beyond the veil and to make sure that we are not bringing through some negative spirits, some demons, some shadow players, I have cleansed the space. There is a lot of obsidian placed here. The god Horus is also present in the reading today. Horus is the Egyptian god of light, and he is guiding the path, helping me combat fear and the shadows. I also have a jar filled with salt. I have here some pink Himalayan salt. I have some pepper seeds, some chamomile, some lavender essential oil to calm and soothe the spirits. And pepper is always good because it freshens things up. It keeps them vital and alive. And we want something that reminds us of the living. When we tread into the realm of the dead, there should always be this balance kept between the 2 worlds, never exaggerating with one world above the other, because the material is incredibly poor without the spiritual, and the spiritual will not be able to exist or be anchored without the help of the material. It will be too evanescent. Now, all this being said, let me show you as well. Oh, I'm sorry, I spilled some salt, although maybe I shouldn't be sorry because spilling salt on the cards is an added measure of protection, but just for the optics of this reading, I'm going to introduce to you the runes. So we have here the rune Jera. You see it here, Jeran, because it's a deck that is originally in German. And this rune stands for the harvest. I will tell you more at your specific selection. We have here for group 2, this is Tiwaz or Tiwaz, however you want to pronounce it. Now for you, group 3, we have Berkana or Berkanan, however you want to pronounce it, the rune of fertility. And we also have here Sowilo or Sowilo, and this represents the sun. Obviously, the meaning of the runes can be interpreted in a variety of different ways, but in essence, this is what they each represent. I will tell you a little bit more at your specific choice, but now I want to give you some time. Feel free to pause the video here if you feel so called, to just look at these images and see which one draws you in. Good, and if you have made your selection, then without further ado, let's begin the reading and see what messages do you need to hear from your departed loved ones, and who may this departed loved one be. Hello, group 1. So this is my Jera Crew. This is for those of you who are drawn to the rune that represents the harvest. It can also mean, in certain translations, the whole year. It does talk about cycles, patterns, the fact that we have spring, summer, autumn, winter, the fact that we get to reap rewards after consistent effort. It is a rune that encourages patience and also dedicated effort to reach a specific outcome. So that is what you were drawn towards. And it does talk about something repeating in this connection to your ancestor. There may be a pattern that an ancestor wants to help you uncover. Now, I want to give you your oracle card before I dive. Oh my goodness. Yes, we have here the usual suspect, as I like to call him, Loki. So this is your oracle card. This is the energy under which I will help untangle the message from your ancestor. Loki is the equivalent of the Greco-Roman god Hermes Trismegistus, also known as Mercury by the Romans. It represents and it rules over the astrological sun signs of Gemini and Virgo. Loki is the trickster, the half-brother of Thor. He is one cunning master. Now, keeping this in mind, let's see. I'm going to flip open the deck in half and begin reading the cards as if I am your ancestor. You do not see me. You do not honor me. I feel neglected. I feel forgotten. I wish that you could come and see me at my grave. I wish that you could touch my urn and pay me some respect. I wish that I could continue to live on in your memory and that you would not be so afraid of getting in touch with me. I can offer you more guidance and solace than you are imagining at the moment. There have been poisonous words that have been keeping you separated from me, from my memory. Group 1, I had to snap out of my channeling mode because all of a sudden there was this bug that dropped to my table, and as you can see over here in this corner, it oozed this green liquid. I think it's a dung beetle, a very small one, that smells very strongly of cut grass. There's literally something very toxic and strong in the legacy that you share with this ancestor. It may be an ancestor that you and your loved ones are trying to forget and separate yourself from completely. It may have been somebody who committed suicide, or somebody who was incredibly mean in their lifetime, and upon their death, everybody was very much emotionally detached. This person indeed began the reading with a very judgmental tone. I'm going to put the Six of Cups reversed to the side and continue with the rest of the message, okay? I just felt the need to show you the interruption because I think on some level it may help you. Let's continue. So, I used to feel very happy around you. I remember when you were little, you were all smiles. You accepted me like nobody else had done before. I felt the need to protect you. But at the same time, I felt blocked from doing this by relatives. I wish I could be a stronger force in your life. I wish I could make your wishes come true. The problem is, there is no communication between us, and I find myself unable to do those very things that I am now powerful enough to do for you. You see, when I was alive, I was limited, but now in death, I am able to fulfill and accomplish certain things that prior to my demise, I wasn't even aware I could achieve. Ask me for help, make a wish, think of me, and launch it. I'm picking very strongly a male presence. I feel like you deserve to be happy, and I would be more than honored if I'm able to somehow contribute to your happiness. You have a kind heart. You deserve to live in plenitude. You are blessed. There are so many beings of light sitting around you. I can't even get my head through to see how you are. You are so protected, yet you live not knowing this. You live not asking for help. Why? Why make your life harder when it can be easier? Play around. Have some fun with us. Summon us and then ask us nothing. See what happens. I know that you wouldn't do the things I used to do when I was alive. I know that you can't play with people like that. But I kind of wish I would have infected you a little bit with my mischievous spirit. I kind of wish that you would be able to just grab opportunities and grab life by the proverbial balls and just wriggle them around and have some fun with things. See what happens. This is one incredible character that we are dealing with here. This person may have had a habit of smoking intensely or drinking a lot. Like they could always have a cup in their hand or some sort of cigar or chain smoke. I'm also hearing that they were also frequently inappropriately dressed. They may have worn a loose robe around the house or very short trousers, boxers, that left no room for the imagination. I wish that you wouldn't hold so much anger towards me. It would be incredible for you to feel what I'm feeling, which is contentment. As I dissolved into the nothingness of the afterlife, I stopped feeling so intensely. I live in a state of beatitude, and I just wish I could reach my hand to the other side, touch you, and convey this energy to you. Because I see how easily you get upset. I see how easily you take things to heart. And I see that there are conflicts in your life related to other men. I wish I could shake you up a little bit and tell you, don't take things so seriously. Have some fun, crack a joke. Be a little bit messy, be a bit playful. Nobody's handing out awards for perfectionism. I wish I could see you do something a little bit out of character. Take a risk, gamble a little bit with the odds. See what comes out, see what happens. Why so serious all the time? Shouldering the weight of the world. Who put it there? And what are you gonna do about shrugging it off? Because you're only fighting with yourself, I hope you know that. I'm okay, forgotten as I am. But are you okay? And can you reach out to me and take some action so I can help you? The problem is that if you don't do something, you may end up in the same point where I am. You may end up in my position. Other family members may discard you. They may block your family members that are to come from remembering you. You could be shunned, considered the black sheep of the family just because you expressed yourself, just because you lived a little bit too roughly, I would say. Listen, I know I may have been an a-hole. I am not the proudest specimen alive, neither in death, I would say. But you have to live with less restrictions. Do it for the beauty of life, for the beauty of the heart. You owe it to yourself to live a little, have fun a little, be a bit excessive. Get a DUI, within limits obviously, but do something different and see what result comes out. I'm here by your side should you ever need a pat on the back, a kick in the butt, or just a drinking buddy. Summon me at your will, and just so you know, I am able to fulfill wishes. I know that you may not trust me. My character didn't exactly recommend me when I was alive. But I definitely feel that there is a measure of redemption once I left my mortal coil. I see things differently, and I see you, and I see how afraid you are of abundance. Don't be. Let me help you live. Wow, what a character. Group 1. Very interesting person. A very, like a man of a different generation than yours by 1 or 2 generations actually. So could be somebody that died when they were in their 70s, 80s, maybe even beyond that. Definitely an old-fashioned kind of man. Yeah, I'm hearing all sorts of things. The drunkard, the womanizer. I think the family may have called him even a pathetic excuse of a human being. But remarkably, he wants to help, and he's got the means to help. And much like Loki, who was two-faced, you're dealing here with an individual who may look or feel or has lived his life in a completely different way than what he is able to offer you at the moment. So, do with this information what you will. Thank you kindly for listening, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, Group 1. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to your channeled message from a departed loved one. This is my Tiwaz Crew, and Tiwaz is a rune that comes from the god Tyr, and the god Tyr was a warrior, one who fought for justice, one who was willing to sacrifice a limb in order to bind Fenrir. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but basically it's a symbol of sacrifice. It's usually associated with having to face with courage adversity and to be able to sacrifice parts of your life for a greater cause. It is also about, I see it as a symbol of defeating darkness. I usually tend to associate the meaning of this rune with what would be considered in Christian orthodoxy the fight that Saint George had with the metaphorical dragon, so slaying the beast. and being willing to sacrifice parts of yourself as you slay the shadow aspects. So this is the rune that you were drawn towards. This is the portal that you're walking through in order to meet this specific ancestor. I don't know who this ancestor is. More will be revealed as I pull cards. But I'm going to begin first by giving you a card, an oracle card, that is going to guide our path. We have here the Apfel der Langlebigkeit. The apple of eternal life, or basically endurance, stamina, ever after. Okay. So this is an opportunity to basically use a magical artifact, a privileged piece of information, and be able to stand the test of time, be able to overcome, to a certain extent, even death, or the ravages that death leaves in a person's life through loss. You're being given a magical item from this ancestor. It seems like this ancestor has left behind a gift for you. Curious where you can find it. Let's explore. So I'm going to cut the deck in almost half, and I'm going to pull cards, and I'll begin speaking like the ancestor on your mind. I am here to make order. Some may call me ruthless, but I know that what I'm doing, it is right. It is good and right and noble for the family. I set boundaries, I protect, I build. I keep everyone sheltered. Communication is not my forte. I am not one to poetically describe my life. I do, I earn, I keep. And I want to be rewarded for these things by having a family to come home to. There's nothing that I love more than my family. There's nothing that I would sacrifice to keep my family alive and healthy. I'm not so interested about emotions or frills like that. I want to see my children thrive with red cheeks, filled bellies, and sunny dispositions. I want to see them grow up, getting married, and having lots of little babies. I want to become a grandfather, a stone in my community, a person that walks down the road with his head held high. Words have never been my strong aspect. God knows how much I argued with your mother. She knew that getting something sentimental out of me, or words of comfort, was like trying to get water out of stone. I don't see the point of words. Actions matter. Actions always will matter more than words. Philosophy, sitting around and chatting, wasting energy, wasting time, when you could be out there in the fields, earning your crop, preparing your next meal, ensuring that your family will sleep well tonight because you put in the work. Sure, I died of complications related to my stomach. Sure, I never told anyone about what pains were going on through my body. Nobody needed to hear that. That is a mentality of a weak man. I am not weak. How I wish I could have given you more. And at the same time, I wish you could have seen it and valued it. All my gifts, everything I'm leaving behind, I created for you. Can you not see it? There are treasures. I worked my whole life to give you treasures. Why can't you appreciate my legacy. You are and have always been a gift in my life. Everything I created mattered because of my family. My family and our well-being, and the fact that we had a roof over our head and means of transportation and food on the table, and we were never cold. This helped me to move forward, to withstand hardship, knowing that I would give you a better life. Please take further the skills. Please take further the gifts. Multiply them. Work them. Do not give up. Do not abandon. Do not separate yourself unnecessarily from the family. Stay bonded and work to multiply. That is my wish. Please honor my wish. Too much blood, sweat, and tears have been shed for you to just kick it away, to just not value it. Don't run away. Stay, claim, build, and I will come visit. Should you need me there, I will come visit. I will put obstacles in the path of your enemies. I will block weather from destroying your household. I will call in the necessary animals that you need. I will ensure your harvest is ripe. In return, I only ask for you to build a family. It will give you so much safety. You have no idea how important it is for us, for our bloodline, to keep things moving, to survive against all odds. Believe it or not, I cannot understand how I feel like I have overcome death. There is a life after death. It's just not embodied. I'm not in the same limited energy I used to be. I feel like I can expand. I'm not able to build the things I used to have when I was alive. I'm not able to touch them. I miss the sensual world so much. But I can tell you that in this reality, I guess, I can see the past, present, and future at the same time. I can reach the divine and also something darker at the same time. I can be away from you and near you at the same time. It is something astounding. I don't even know if I deserve something like this. I was never a very spiritual man. For me, what mattered was the earth, the land, the stability, watching things grow, multiply, the harvest, the abundance, and then the necessary cutting back and reduction, organization, and the many losses that came along, the hardships, the separations, the diseases. You will overcome your illness. You will overcome the cancer that's eating you inside. Don't be afraid. There's nothing for you to be afraid of. I'm holding you by the hand if you need my support. I'm not a very communicative presence, but I can help you feel held and touched and harbored at your most weakest points. See me as a rock upon which you can lean on. See me as a gigantic hand that is holding you in its palm as you break down. I am the support. I am the heaven and the ground. I want to take a moment to kind of detach from this channeling and say that if any of you are suffering from, well, basically a harsh diagnosis, my heart goes out to you. I know you can overcome whatever illness you may be struggling with. And you definitely have a fighter here on your side. A very, very powerful, robust, and grounded male energy. Most likely a father figure for most of you. Could even be the father of your own father in certain cases. A person gone through war. A person who experienced exile. A person who is obsessed with the propagation of your family name, of your family blood, potentially because they were persecuted on account of their political opinions or religion, on account of the fact that they owned land and would not give it up. Final card, let's see. He doesn't want to talk anymore. I keep hearing lightweight, lightweight, lightweight. Like in a very compassionate tone. He went to sleep. He went to sleep. He's gone. This is not a spirit that you would easily communicate with. This is not a spirit that will come through with a Ouija board exercise. This is somebody that you can reach out to with offerings of food especially, and with some form of actions, visiting their grave or tombstone if you know where it is, if they still have one. But most importantly, you can honor this ancestor by living a happy, healthy life, having your own family. I think this is so important for this ancestor. Okay. Group 2, thank you kindly for listening. This gave me a little bit of a spinny head, I'm going to have to say. I'm gonna take a break and just breathe. And I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Group 3, hello my Berkana crew. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this specific rune. You have entered through the Berkana portal. The Berkana represents the birch tree. And it is usually associated with growth, fertility, motherhood, basically finding shelter. It is a really beautiful, soothing energy, very feminine, but also quite stable at the same time. So let's see as well what oracle card you got. This will be my guiding spiritual energy throughout channeling the message. Okay, so we got Mimir's Brunnen, which is basically the well of Mimir, the spring that could be found at the bottom of the tree of life in Nordic mythology, the enchanted Yggdrasil. I mean, Mimir is associated with war, but the fact that you get war and a well, so a water symbol combined with a very active energetic force. This represents a meeting of contrasts, and it is about a well of wisdom in which you can sit or bathe in to remember the elders, to remember the wise. It's an interesting thing that Erda, the goddess mother of the earth, was in some way connected with this well because it was her waters that were nourishing the tree of life. Again, it's a beautiful connection between this oracle card and Berkana, and this association with motherhood and the birch tree, Yggdrasil, growing from the waters, the fertile waters of Mother Earth. So very, very strong imagery here. I feel that most likely we may be dealing here with a mother figure. Let's see. What does she have to tell us at this point? I'm going to split the deck in two and begin reading as if I am your ancestor. I feel I have been unfairly judged by all the members of our family. I really did not deserve the hatred. I did not deserve to be put into a corner. I feel I have been dealt with in such an unjust manner, and I suffered from the separation from your father. I suffer still. I suffer from the separation from you, which was too prematurely. I feel like I wanted to spend more time holding you, my child. I wanted to spend more time getting to know you. I am devastated that we had such little time. I am devastated that I can't be there for you to teach you tenderness, to help you open up to the world, to lower those defenses, to lay down your guard, and to allow others just to love you, in spite of how cruel others can be. I am putting effort in the world beyond the veil to argue for your purity of heart. This helps me send a lot of angels your way to protect you. I want you to know that I am around you, and like the loving mother that you always wished you had, I'm holding you. I'm putting my arms around you. I'm keeping you safe. You can rest. There is a lot of peace in your life coming. There is a lot of peace that I'm helping to create from the other side. I want you to feel peaceful. I want you to feel held, because you are more worth it than you would ever possibly begin to understand. And no matter what happened between us this far, neither of us deserve how things turned out for both of us. You may be feeling unworthy of everything that is good for you in this lifetime. You may argue with me in your mind, in your heart. You may blame me for a lot of things that happened. And to a large extent, yes, I bury the fault. But at the same time, I want you to become conscious of the fact that by arguing with me, you're only arguing with yourself. There is value in being a woman. There is a lot of joy and happiness in being a woman. You don't have to run away from who you are. You don't have to split and separate and fight with yourself. Crown yourself. Feel good about your life. Feel good with all of the gifts you were given. Stop chasing perfection in other people. Stop idolizing people that don't have what you have naturally. You're trying to become somebody who you're not, and that is the source of all of your pain. And I sit and I watch with arms crossed from the other side how you are finding it so hard to just accept your essence. You are beauty, you are loved, you are protected. You are a source of happiness and pleasure for people around you. But you don't see these things, and I don't know what I can do to help you see these things within yourself. I want you to know that I love you beyond words, that I always have and always will. It's unconditional, my love for you. No matter what you do, you are my precious child. You are the one that I always want to hold and that I will always forgive. My love knows no boundary. You are perfect just the way you are. Not fatter or thinner or taller or slimmer or any of the random things you tell yourself on a daily. You're perfect because you're mine, and I love you. And even though I'm not able to be with you, I am still with you. It's hard to believe, but I watch you fall asleep each night, tempted to be somebody who you're not, idolizing escape and self-sabotage, when all you could do is just come back to yourself. Love, treasure, value who you are, and just go with the flow of life and its natural beauty and mystery. You don't have to fight and push and struggle and achieve and grind your teeth and bite your nails through a life that seems increasingly more horrible, when in reality these are illusions and you're fighting with ghosts. I live among ghosts, but you create them. And there's no need for that because you live among the living. So live. I'm going to end the reading here because I am really bothered by all the outdoors background noises. In your reading, I've been very sensitive to the violence of motorcyclists in the middle of the night. It's like they're a plague in our city and we can't get rid of them, and nobody regulates them for whatever reason. I am getting the sense that this could have been a mother figure, elder sister, and she may have succumbed to the violence of men. This could have been a relative that had to endure years of domestic abuse or years of being trapped in a connection because of financial issues. But I am getting here a very loving energy as well, an energy that wants you to love yourself more than anything else and to live the life that she wasn't able to live, the life that fortunately she had to sacrifice. Some cases this could be also a relative that took their own life in order to stop the pain. And if this is the case, my heart goes out to you. I see that you're very loved and you shouldn't be worried about becoming a mother yourself or being a mother figure to other people. You're gonna do a great job. With this in mind, I'm going to leave you here. Thank you kindly for listening. Take care, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, Group 4. Welcome to your channeled message from a departed loved one reading. This is my Sowilo Crew, or Sowilo, however you want to call it. This is the energy of the sun, the rays of the morning. This is growth-inducing vibration. This is masculine energy as well, the masculine principle, and it does stand for also the light of truth in its traditional interpretation. I definitely see that you may be dealing here with a protective maternal grandmother. I feel like this is somebody who may have been successful in their lifetime. This is a rune that is very close to my heart because I named one of my cats after the god it stands for. This is usually the radiant sun goddess Sol, and she is represented here in this rune as Sowilo. So, the goddess of light. With all this in mind, let's begin your reading. First of all, I'm going to give you a guiding oracle card, like I did with the other other three piles. Mercury is retrograde, so please bear with me in numbers. Okay, and you got Brisingamen, and Brisingamen is usually associated with collar, the necklace, the brilliant necklace of the goddess of love and war, Freya. She was renowned for her beauty, and the object was also enhancing this beauty. It was considered to be a golden necklace that was crafted by dwarves, and it was said to turn tears into gold and amber. I think I got that correctly. I don't remember exactly the legend, but it's definitely a tool. You're receiving here not the presence of a god, but you're receiving a tool. This is an object that can help you to enhance an already natural part of the gifts you were given. For example, if you're naturally intelligent, it's almost as if this protective grandmother energy wants to take you under her wing and help you enhance your intelligence. If you're naturally beautiful and attractive, this grandmother wants to see you kind of enhance your beauty and beautify the world with it in some way. So keeping these elements in mind, let's see what this person has to tell you, what this ancestor wants to say. I am getting a little bit tired with the channeling tonight, so I do apologize if I feel a little bit all over the place, but okay, I'll do my best with your reading. I'll begin looking at the cards and speaking as if I'm the person on your mind. Hey, I see that you haven't been on your best behavior lately. I see that there was some negotiating you had to do and you kind of squandered away. That's not you. I raised you better than that. That's not you. Don't shame me. Remember, I live in your bones. You have my nose. You have my chin and my eyebrows. Don't carry our family's name in the mud by walking away from your responsibilities. You have a duty to your clan, to your nation, to your family. What are you doing squandering it away? Why do you live among these gringos? Come back home. There's so much to do here. What kind of life did you imagine you would have away from your loved ones? Money, objects, big houses, big cars, bah! Who cares? I didn't bring these things with me when I passed on. Neither will you. Do you want to live rich or do you want to live fulfilled? It seems like at the moment you can't have both. And I'm sorry for this. But it's also a wake-up call for you. Mi amor, you need family. You need help, protection. You need your clan, your roots, and food that is cooked in our region. What are you doing among those campesinos? Shameful. I'm sorry, I have no idea why I'm speaking Spanish words. I don't even know if I'm using them properly, but yeah, it's a firecracker. This person has both of sweet and kind of like tough energy, filled with life force. And speaking of life, this is the moment of truth. This is the moment of you smacking your palm on the head, going like, why didn't I see this beforehand? And I'm happy it's finally happening. Do you not know how valued you are? Do you not know that wherever God places you in this world, you affect your environment with beauty and richness and love? It's not the other way around. Other people don't give you these things. Stop looking for them. You have them. You have everything you need. Why are you chasing dreams? What's going on in your mind, my love? Why are you running away from what's good for you to chase hardship? I withstood the war. I held on to my beliefs. I prayed to God when it was not allowed. And I stayed true to the region in which I was born, never imagining I would leave it. What are you doing among foreigners? Come back home. We need you. You need us. Why are we separate? We used to be a whole. We used to be together. And now you suffer amongst the walking dead. And you suffer with them in your stubbornness. Just like Emilio. He was a very stubborn person. You take after him a little bit. I know. Your mother and I argued over this, but it's true. It's true. I'm going to say it like it is. It's true. Don't be afraid to argue with your loved ones. Don't let that be the boon that separates you from the life of warmth and vitality and closeness. You're punishing yourself. You made a coffin and made it float onto a land that you thought was the land of riches, but it's the land of prejudice and hatred. Come back home. What are you doing? You persevere in pain. And I know it's a noble trait of our culture, but enough is enough. We need you more here than there. And you need to come back home and do your duty. It's important that you live up to certain responsibilities. We gave you life, we raised you. It's time for you to give something back to our community. No matter how difficult he was, no matter how much he may have broken your heart and disappointed you, he loved you. I saw to it that you were well taken care of. Do not make this wound the kick in the butt that pushed you away from us. You take a little bit after him. I see the blood of a lot of our men in you. You're a fighter. But you have to understand that family is roots. Family is your place to rest your head. Family is unconditional support. And we've been mean to each other and materialistic. Everybody wanted to have extra rings. Everybody was obsessed with gold. As if that matters. What matters is eating well, sleeping soundly with a clear conscience, laughing with others. These are the things that matter. Hold on to them before it's too late. And let go of living in fear. Let go of punishing yourself. I didn't raise you to be a victim. We endured worse than you are enduring at the moment. And we did not run away. You don't have to keep running away. Come back home and claim what is yours. You already have everything you want. And by claiming what is yours, you can only multiply it. I love you. You're my child. Oh my goodness, I need to stop here because I'm getting like a sore throat. Thank you so much for listening. This has been an incredible energy to tap into. I kind of wish I had more energy to embody it better, but yeah, it seems like somebody wants you home. There could be a return to your roots, a trip, a travel that you may need to undertake in the coming period. And this is somebody maybe Spanish speaking, maybe you have some Spanish roots, or yeah, I don't know. These words just came out. I hope this helps. I hope it nourishes you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.